Rain splattered across the cracked pavement as a young black girl named Amara stood outside the convenience store, clutching a few wrinkled dollar bills in her small hand. Her hoodie was soaked through, her shoes squeaking with every nervous shuffle. She was only 12, but the weight in her eyes said she'd seen more than most grown-ups ever would. Inside, the store clerk had just kicked her out. No money, no service, he barked, though she had money, just not enough. Amara had wanted to buy her little brother a sandwich. He hadn't eaten since the night before. She stood near the door, trying not to cry, when a police cruiser rolled up. The lights weren't flashing, but the presence was enough to make her stiffen. A tall white officer stepped out, his face carrying that look, half curiosity, half superiority. "Well, what do we have here?" he asked, smirking as he approached her. "You skipping school, sweetheart?" Amara swallowed hard. "No, sir. I was just trying to get something to eat for my brother." The officer chuckled. "Sure you were. I bet that's what they all say, huh?" He turned to the clerk inside, who was watching through the glass. "She trying to steal something?" The clerk shrugged. "Didn't catch her, but she's been hanging around for a while." The officer stepped closer, towering over Amara. "You know, loitering's not exactly a good look," he said, his tone dripping with condescension. "Maybe you should head on home before I have to call someone about this." Amara's lip trembled. "I'm not doing anything wrong. I just needed food." He laughed, actually laughed. "Food? Come on, kid. You think I haven't heard that one before? You're what, 12? Maybe 13? You should be in school, not out here playing games." She turned her face away, blinking back tears. "My mom's working. I'm just waiting for her." "Oh, your mom's working, huh?" he mocked. "What's she do? Clean houses? Maybe if she worked a real job, you wouldn't be standing out here begging." Something in Amara snapped. She didn't talk back, she just stood a little straighter, her jaw tightening. "She does have a real job," she whispered. The officer tilted his head, pretending not to hear. "What was that?" Before she could answer, the rumble of another car filled the parking lot. A dark blue SUV pulled up beside the cruiser, and the door opened with a firm click. Out stepped a tall black woman in full police uniform, badge shining, posture crisp, presence commanding. Every head in the lot turned. "Amara," the woman called, voice strong but warm. "You okay, baby?" Amara's eyes flooded with relief. "Mom." The officer froze. His smirk evaporated as he stared at the woman walking toward them, same department patch on her sleeve as his own. Officer Daniels straightened up immediately, fumbling to adjust his belt. "Oh, Officer Johnson, I didn't realize." "Didn't realize what?" She cut in, her voice calm but sharp. "That this black girl you were harassing was my daughter." The air went still. Even the clerk inside stopped pretending to stack shelves. Daniels stammered, "No, Mom, I wasn't harassing, I just thought." "You thought what?" Officer Johnson stepped closer, her eyes locked on him. "That she didn't belong here. That she was up to something because she's standing outside in the rain." Daniels swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing. "She looked suspicious." "She looked hungry," Johnson interrupted, her tone cutting through the air like a blade. "And last I checked, that's not a crime." Amara's mom knelt beside her daughter, taking her cold hands in her own. "You okay, sweetheart?" Amara nodded, trying to smile. "I just wanted to get something for Malik. He's hungry." Her mother's eyes softened. She stood, reaching into her pocket, and handed the clerk a few bills. "2 sandwiches. And a bottle of water. Put it on my tab." The clerk glanced between her and Daniels, unsure what to say. As the sandwiches were passed through the counter, Daniels took a small step back. "Officer Johnson, I really didn't mean anything by it. I was just—" She turned to him, her face calm but unyielding. "Listen, Daniels. You wear that badge, same as me. That means you serve everyone, with dignity and respect. You don't get to laugh at kids trying to feed their families." Daniels lowered his gaze. "Yes, Mom." Johnson nodded. "Good. Remember that next time before you judge someone by what you think you see. Amara took the sandwiches, her small hands trembling slightly. Thank you, Mom. Her mother smiled, brushing a wet curl from her forehead. You did nothing wrong, baby. Never let anyone make you feel small for doing something right. They walked back toward the SUV together, Amara holding tight to her mom's hand. As they passed Daniel's, the little girl glanced up at him, not with anger, but with something else. Something like forgiveness. And for the first time that day, the officer couldn't find a single word to say. When the SUV pulled out of the lot, the rain had stopped. The clouds were breaking, and sunlight, soft, golden, defiant, cut through the gray. Daniels stood there, staring after them, the laughter gone from his face, replaced by something that looked a lot like shame, and maybe, just maybe, understanding.